And so now I'm going to introduce our next conversationalist talking about a key issue affecting young people, which is the impact of social media. So, could I get you to make a big round of applause for Holly and Nevaeh?
Hello everyone, as you know my name is Holly and I'm here with
Nevaeh.
And before we start anything, I just want to say, how's everyone feeling today? You guys
Good
sound
to
like
hear.
you're not good. You guys do not sound convincing. Let me ask one more time. One more time?
More energy.
All right. How's everyone feeling today? Okay, better.
That's what we like to hear.
So, today we are going to be talking about key issues that affect young people through social media. But first, we actually have a very special person who's going to be coming in a few seconds, I think.
Hopefully.
Her name is Asha. She is the CEO and founder of the Nomad charity, and it is actually her birthday today. Happy birthday, Asha.
Thank you. What are we going to sing happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Asha. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, so I just want to start off as well before we actually get fully into it. Who in here has social media? Okay, so a lot of you.
Almost everyone.
Almost
Pretty much
everyone. And
yeah.
who in here has a child that has social media? One person. Okay. Well, we're going to be talking at, huh?
About nieces and nephews.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're going to start off. Nevaeh,
Yes.
what impact do you think that social media has on young people?
I think social media definitely has a great impact on a lot of people around us, especially children, young people in general. I feel like there's a lot of negative and positive impacts, but I feel like mainly we do find a lot of negative impacts linked to so many different things. But I would say that social media definitely influences how young people react to situations, how young people and people in general act to one another, how they interact with each other. And I feel like over the years, as social media has become more advanced and media in general has become more advanced, we've noticed a lot more negative things in the world happening linked to social media, whether that's bullying, it can be knife crime, it can be, there's so many different things. It can be gang violence, drug misuse, so many different things are connected to social media. So I definitely think it has a negative impact. What about you, Holly? What do you think?
I think it has positive impacts like awareness on certain situations, like everything that's going on in Palestine. There's been a lot of media and awareness around that. And I definitely do think that it contributes to youth crime rising in the UK. I feel like music and role models for young people, the way that they're portrayed on social media for being this bad man and being about that life, it influences young people into thinking that they can do that. And really and truly, the people that are rapping these type of drill songs and doing all this and that are adults. They are grown men mostly.
Yeah.
Like you're 12. Like, you know, don't do that. So, yeah, I just think it sort of desensitizes young people as well, because they can get access to such explicit content, whether that be violence, they can buy knives on Snapchat, drugs. Like, it's so easy to exploit young people through social media.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like youth crime, like you said, it's definitely risen across the years in general, but mainly connected to social media. And it is very easy to access things that can harm you or someone else on social media. It's very easy to be able to buy a knife or buy drugs or just bully one another. And I feel like bullying is a very big issue as well. I feel like social media has made it a lot easier for people to say things and get away with it, or say negative things. It can be related to race, culture, ethnicity. There's so many different things, gender, that you can say and get away with it because it's on social media. People don't necessarily talk about it too much, but I feel like it's definitely something that needs to be brought awareness to. You also mentioned about a lot of drill being spoken about, and I feel like that definitely has a negative impact as well. And because the language that's used and the way that people talk is very negative and it's very aggressive, and it makes young people think it's acceptable because they see role models, people that they look up to doing these things, and they think that they can do it and get away with it, which I definitely think is something that more restrictions need to be put in place in order to manage and keep control of the things that are happening, to make sure that they don't get out of hand and worse things don't come from the bad situations that we're already in.
Yeah, 100%. I fully agree with you. And I think, it also brings a lot of insecurities to young people because they're seeing these things online and it's just not realistic. It's not reality. What you see online is not true. You see a 5-second clip of someone and that's not their whole life. There's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it's like young people are just living in a fantasy world. They're seeing things, but they're not seeing the whole effect behind it. And yeah, like for example, a lot of young women see all these very slim girls on TikTok, and they have to look a certain way and dress a certain way, and it's just toxic. It's just really toxic because a lot of young people, young women always have been sort of insecure because like hormones and your body's changing and mentally you're changing as well. But I think having social media and just seeing this thing that you want to be, you're just so fixated on, oh, look at how many likes this person got, and it's because they look like this and they get all this attention because of this, that. But in real life, they probably don't even look like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it causes a lot of insecurities, mental health. Like a lot of people develop depression and anxiety from social media.
I definitely agree with you, Holly. I feel like social media creates an image that people feel like they need to live up to, or like a standard, and it is very fake. Like a lot of the things you see on social media or interact with, it's not the real world, it's not realistic, it's not how things actually go on a day-to-day basis for a lot of people, because you can very much like edit your life to make it look like a certain way when it actually isn't like that. And a lot of people, everyone is equal, everyone is the same. A lot of people go through things, a lot of people deal with things, and so I feel like social media sugarcoats that, it covers it. It makes it look like everyone's living a perfect life when really that's not the case. Everyone's life is different, and when you accept that is when people and society as a whole will be able to move forward together. It won't be so much of a I'm better than you thing or you're below me. You guys will be on the same level and everyone will be able to come together as a community and a collective. But I definitely feel like social media negatively influences people's lives. It makes people feel less than one another. What about you, Holly? What do you think about the social class and social media?
I think, there's so many different aspects to social media. There's so many positive things, but unfortunately the bad is just right now outweighing the good in social media. Like the content, like you'll get one person like Andrew Tate, for example, who pushes this like narrative, and young people, they're so naive and they think they know it all and they don't actually know anything. And they listen to people like Andrew Tate and get influenced so easily because they're like, oh, look at how much money he's got, look at everything that he's got. And it's like, really? Like, have you actually heard the way he talks?
And what he thinks is acceptable, and the things that he pushes out to young people, I feel like Andrew Tate, talking about him as a person, he's a great example of the negative impact social media can have. And if someone has the wrong access to social media, how it can turn out. Because a lot of young men, young boys have found that what he's saying is something that they should look up to, and they see him as a role model. So they feel like his behaviours and how he acts towards other people, females in general, is the way that they should be acting, when really that's not the case. And I feel like everyone should be on the same page, everyone should be equal, everyone should be able to communicate with one another in a way that is positive to everyone, so that society can come together. But the way that he teaches isn't the way that things should be done, but it definitely has a negative impact on young people, making people think it's acceptable when it's not.
And not just on men, it's not just the impact on men. Women sometimes look at his content and think, oh, like that's normal for a woman, and they defend his behaviour because it's so normalised to them. So many things on social media, they're like normalised, and realistically it's not normal. What you're seeing online, like about Andrew Tate and so many other things, violence, gang violence, and how it's all glorified. What you're seeing online is just a small snippet of life. It's not reality. So to live your life by what someone is saying on social media, it's just, it's damaging. It's really damaging. So
it definitely is damaging. I feel like social media has a lot of links to, again, I'm going to bring up youth crime again, because I feel like there's so many different ways to talk about, so many different things that need to be spoken about towards youth crime. I feel like social media and youth crime is very linked. Like, it's strongly linked, and it has a lot of ties to influences. So again, with Andrew Tate, he's an influence that has caused a lot of disruption. And I feel like there's many other people like him in the world in general and on social media, but social media makes what he has to say so much more easily accessible. And by having someone really above you who you look up to and you're supposed to look up to as an influence be sharing such negative behaviours, such negative expressions and thoughts, makes young people think it's acceptable. And so nowadays, especially in Harrow, there's a lot of crime, youth crime related things and activities that go on. And I feel like social media just adds onto it, makes it a lot more easier for people to communicate about different things. You find a lot of group chats on like Snapchat and stuff where people are communicating and saying very negative things to one another and organising different things to happen, where it will be like a fight, say Harrow bus station, there'll be a fight, and someone can easily get hurt and injured really badly, or someone's life can get messed up just like that, arrested or stabbed, that anything can happen. And I feel like social media, by them making it a lot more prominent and people being able to access it, that's why I'm talking about restrictions as well. I feel like it needs to be less of a thing where you can just make up a fake age and be able to create an account. I feel like it needs to be more of a thing where there needs to be more identification of you actually being that age or actually being that person, whether it's a passport picture to show that you really are that age, to be able to create an account so that people don't feel they can do what they want and just make an account just like that easily.
Yeah, I feel like they should make social media more secure, because I feel like anyone can access social media. If a 5-year-old went home today and decided they wanted Snapchat or TikTok, they could download that and it would be fine. They would just have to say, yeah, I'm that age, I was born in that year, and that's it. You don't get checked, like, there's no identification. It's just, yeah, you are who you say you are.
Yeah, and it's very easy for them to be able to make them accounts and get away with it. And I feel like parents as well need to keep tabs on what their children are doing on social media, what their children are watching on social media, because I feel like it's looked past. People look over it and don't really see it as an issue, because I feel like older generations, not necessarily saying everyone's old, everyone who has kids old, but I feel like older generations don't necessarily understand the ins and outs on social media as much, or the impact that it has nowadays, especially on young kids. Because even my younger brother, he is on social media. He watches YouTube a lot, and YouTube is a form of social media. There was a few years ago, there was that thing with Momo going around, and I feel like that definitely had a negative impact on kids. And if someone is able to make a video like that and put it out for young children to see, what else can they do? It opens up so many doors. There's so many possibilities of what young children can be seeing on social media. Momo was a character. It was like a video that was going around on YouTube where it would be just a normal episode of like Peppa Pig, and then you would just see this really scary face pop up, and young kids would be watching it, and they would be able to see all of that stuff, and it was very traumatizing as well, because and then Momo would tell them to do things, and so it was really damaging and dangerous for young kids as well, for them to be able to see that on social media, and their parents aren't necessarily aware, because normally a parent would put an iPad or a TV on just in front of their kids if their parent needs to go bath or needs to wash dishes, or just something that they need to do and something they need to get out of the way and done, but their kids a bit to distract their kids for the time being. So if they can do that and they're not monitoring and they're not watching at the same time, what else can happen in that space of time? I know there was a couple stories of things that have happened in the past alongside the Momo thing. But yeah, I definitely think keeping track of what your kids are doing and what your kids are watching is definitely something that needs to be done.
Yeah, I actually saw the Momo video when I was in I think I was in year 5. And I was so scared. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. When you're in year 5 and you see Momo pop up out of nowhere, yeah, it's a different type of fear. I couldn't even feel my body. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I think it's quite scary, actually.
Yeah.
It's quite scary what you can access. Like, a lot of social media has ties with the dark web as well.
Yeah.
Where people can access your information, your whereabouts. And like this, like the dark web, like
it's dark.
It's dark. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's horrible, and I think like a lot of like the police and schools, they say, oh yeah, like teenagers are just going to be teenagers. Like there's going to be youth crime, there's going to be fights, but 9 times out of 10, when you hear about a stabbing or you hear about a young person like getting into a fight, most of the time it's through social media.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's something that you've posted, it's something that you've said, like it all links into social media, and it's just like even videos of crimes happening. Like I've seen grown people on the street see like young people fighting and start videoing it.
Yeah.
Like, help. Do you know what I mean? Why are you videoing?
Do something about it rather than recording it. Because you're just spreading the negative message as well and making people think it's acceptable when it's not. And you as a grown adult are supposed to be influencing the kids to do better, when really you're recording and you're posting it and you're making them think that they can do that and it's acceptable and they're going to get away with it. And that's not the case, and that shouldn't be the case. But yeah.
Yeah, I think us as a community and as a whole need to change the way we look at social media altogether. Not just young people, adults, police, schools. Like, it seems harmless, and all the stuff you're posting, you might think is cool now, but digital footprint.
It's a thing.
Yeah. I think people forget about a digital footprint. You could post a picture when you was 5 and someone could find that.
Find it when you're 25.
When you're 25. You can make a comment when you're 15 and they'll find it when you're about 40.
Yeah.
And and it's just like, I don't think they're aware of how badly digital footprint can actually affect you.
And I feel like that's just like the overall message. Be very careful and wary of what you're posting, what you're doing, and keep track and stay in contact with your head, like your knowledge. Just know that what you're doing will impact you in the future, and how you treat other people definitely does impact you as a person. I feel like social media is definitely something that we should all be aware of, and the effects of it and the damages, definitely.
Yeah. I think that's it. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you want to say? No?
No, I think
All
that's
right.
everything.
Well, I've been Holly,
I've been the Rayo.
and thank you for watching us today.
Thank you.